Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door Shutter coming back to you with episode 29 of FTB Skies. And today we are going to actually be getting some more dynamos put down so we can potentially have enough power to actually get this done. So, what we're going to do is place another set here, and this should work. Because the way I'm thinking is we grab some entangled blocks. Entangled. There we go. Okay, and then we're just going to have this here. All right. Now we're just going to do binder. The only thing is we're going to have to do this because it will not pull out of the sides, which is fine. We're inputting items, and the system is working on making components and everything. Oop, did not mean to do that. Okay, now let's grab some pipes. Let's just go for 40 of these. I already have 40 on me. Whoops. All right, and we'll just keep going here. Alrighty, so our power problem is solved. Adding all of these new generators with all of their upgrades and everything has solved it. So we've got one full here, and I have these pumping into each other right now. We could actually quickly just remove all these flux plugs, and we should be fantastic. So basically, what was happening was I just did not have enough. But now we're funneling everything into each other, which should be fantastic. And of course, this one's building charge. And I've already completed the ether quest, which is fantastic as well. So we've got ether gas, gives us some XP. Now, the next thing we need to do is this, which means that we need now to go to space. And also, I've quickly tried to mess with Botania a little bit. I've got a few more of these Energizeras, which are just RF producing mana. So that's fantastic. Everything's starting to fill up again. I'm producing Terra Steel, which I've only got 21 pieces. So I'll need to get more of that. But I think space, the final frontier, is where we want to go. So, Ad Astra. What is Ad Astra? Well, it's a space mod. So one of the things we're going to need is a spacesuit. Let's clear everything else out here. So a spacesuit will basically allow for us to live in space. And we're also going to need oxygen. Okay, so oxygen gear, which needs steel plates. We're going to need a ton of steel plates, by the way. So I'm just going to craft up those. And then we're just going to take these out. So we can actually start crafting up the oxygen tanks. We're actually going to need a couple of these extra just in case. And then we're going to need the oxygen gear. And that will give us... Oh, okay, it's just not detecting that I have this. So, quick little detour here. We're actually going to need a fluid laser. Because we need oil. And the only way to get oil is either by bees or the fluid laser base. So this is going to be fun. We need a black laser lens to get oil. And we should be able to put a purple laser lens in here and just kind of cheese this. No? Okay. Let's just do a dissolution chamber recipe for black laser lens. So just this. Get rid of the latex. Looks like we need some more patterns. Awesome. Okay. And then we'll quickly just toss this in here. And we're going to need quite a bit of foregoing a few of these. So let's go for 31 of those. And that should be working. So we're going to just take a second and probably not go to space this episode. But we'll see. Because this is just going to take a minute. So at laser, or not, at industrial laser. There we go. So fluid laser base. Black laser lens. Let's craft one of those. And I'll be back. Alright, so while all that stuff's crafting, we might as well finish the spacesuit. There we go. So that'll be a full spacesuit. We also need an oxygen loader, which is this right here. Looks like we need an engine fan. Looks like we also need a lightning rod. And that'll give us an oxygen loader. So we've got 2 tanks in here. We're going to need a couple more of these. So let's quickly craft those before we do anything with this. Alright. So oxygen loader. And we're going to grab a sink. Which we do not have terracotta. So let's get clay. I don't have clay blocks. I guess I never put that in a compacting drawer, apparently. That's okay. Let me get this smelted. Alrighty, so we've got the oxygen loader set down here on a power cable. So let's get the sink. Let's get the fluid pipe. Let's get a wrench. Alrighty. And then let's just, of course, do ultimate pipe upgrade, oxygen tank, and I believe we want the oxygen tank here. Yeah. So we'll let this build up, because basically when you put it in here, it just does it once. But you can see the recipes here, of course, so you can use water, of course, liquid oxygen, which I don't even know how to get liquid oxygen, but that's a thing. Liquid oxygen. So it's like this stuff right here. Oh, it's mechanism. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. But yeah, so each one of these holds 500 oxygen. And also the suit, the middle piece here actually holds oxygen as well. You can see it holds 1,000 because it has 2 oxygen tanks on it. So we're going to quickly fill both of these tanks up. And you actually can use these oxygen tanks, hence why I've made extras. So just keep that in mind. Once you're in space and you don't have access to anything, you of course could just use backup oxygen tanks. You probably should grab a what do you call it? A dimensional booster thing. I'm kind of curious if we have enough power for that. So RS booster. Okay, just type in booster. What is the mod called? RS Infinity Booster. Okay. So we have a dimensional card here. I'm kind of curious if we can implement this in any capacity. Let's go check our power system real fast. Because if I can access this, I should be able to use this on the moon or wherever we go. So let's go check here. Okay, so I probably want to check like this one. It looks like we have enough. Nothing's dropping that much. Okay. So I guess our power system just needed to be doubled basically to run this, which is fantastic news. Yeah, that is awesome. So let's quickly go check on the wither here to see how that's going. Make sure nothing's gone awry in this place. Nope, still good. Still producing aether gas. Also, the aether gas, by the way, can be used to make supreme machine frames here. Just so you guys know, it's not completely useless. And supreme machine frames are needed for like metallurgic mycelial generators, halitosis mycelial generators, which I believe, yeah, dragon's breath. So that's cool. Supreme black hole tanks, nether star mycelial generators, black hole containers. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot you can do with it. Looks like you can also make the mycelial reactor, which I don't even know what that is. So that's kind of cool. And then, of course, here's the all the different things you can make in the dissolution chamber, like the infinity nuke, the supreme machine frame, and the mycelial reactor. Okay, awesome. So definitely some things you can do with it, just not just like using it for a quest. There's also another use for it. If you put it in the plant gatherer, it should actually be able to plant and harvest crops. At least that's from what I remember. I think it even says it in the book. So, you know, how's everything else doing? We haven't... Why are you not? Oh, you're completely dead on power. Why is that? Hmm. Well, that is strange, I have to say. So I'm curious if... Hmm. Because we are limited to 16,000 power transfer. Um... Hmm. So maybe it's not a bad idea to have several flux plugs then, if we're limited so much. I mean, yes, you won't be able to produce as much or transfer as much between these, but honestly, I don't really care. Because if that's going to be a limiting factor, then we need to solve that. Yeah, see? So let's go double check. So this should still get to 55, 56 million. Just a little bit less, so. Yeah, because it's all being used. Okay. And then let's go check, of course, the wither real fast. Make sure everything's still good here. Okay. Stasis chamber, everything's running smoothly. This is all running smoothly. Okay. That's all I needed to know. So definitely flux plugs times 4. I mean, we could even do more if we really wanted to on a different side, but I don't think we really need to do that. So let's go make sure our system's actually still stable. Yeah, 9,000. Okay. So we're good. Let's grab at industrial. So we need this. We need... Did the laser ever come through? Yeah, it's right here. And then the black laser lens. I'm just hoping we have enough power to run this, in all honesty. Because we just keep adding, right? Just keep adding on top of it, and it might sooner or later buckle. But these all should detect after a cycle. So I am excited for the future of Minecraft modding. There are some mods that really have piqued my interest in the last actual day. This actually was announced yesterday, I believe, and it's from Moderant's own Twitter account, basically talking about a project called Project Odyssey. And it is a group of mods that set to create a new way of creating quests, claiming chunks, creating groups, and a whole lot of other fantastic things. Of course, we do have FTB teams and all of that stuff, but this is actually a new one, right? It's a different one. They've released a version for 1.19.4, and I don't know if they released a 1.20 version, but it is there. It is an interesting thing, and I'm going to leave a link down to the Twitter post so you guys can actually go discover it. It is on Moderant only as of current. I don't know if they're ever going to put it on CurseForge. Probably not, because I think it was like a collaboration with Moderant to actually kind of create their own in a sense. And the team behind it has done several fantastic mods. I believe it's a group of people as well. But it is a fantastic thing. I do highly encourage you guys to look at it. I will probably be doing a mod spotlight on it because I'm interested in it very, very much. I haven't looked at it too much, but I have looked at like the brief descriptions, some of the screenshots that they've posted, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys can check that out and get excited for it too. I know it is currently in beta, which is a perfect time because that means they can take feedback and all of that stuff to improve and update and all of that stuff as well. So definitely leaving a link for that one. I hope people actually start looking at it and all of that. Okay, so let's look at oil. So men 20 max. So let's just go down a little here. All right, and all of these should be firing. So let's actually grab industrial. Let's grab some upgrades. Why are you not generating anything? I don't think that's the problem. It's a black laser lens. Is it a black laser lens? Am I crazy? Oh, it's a gray laser lens. Yes, I am crazy. Not colorblind, just crazy. This is gonna be like a gag for the entire time I have a YouTube channel. I swear I'm not colorblind is been around for so long, basically, right now. And I just keep proving the point. I'm not colorblind. I'm just stupid sometimes. It's okay. All right, let's see. So gray laser lens. We'll just do this. Get rid of the latex. And I should have gray dye in here. But we'll quickly toss that in there as well. So put this in here. Gray laser lens this time. Oh, goodness. I do swear that I'm not colorblind. It's probably like a t-shirt in the future. I swear I'm not colorblind. That really came out of the purple, right? Okay, now we should be generating oil. Oh, do we need... Well, there's another thing. I need to go and find an ocean biome instead of this one. Okay, let me go do that. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we've got this set up over in the cold ocean biome, but we do need to drop the depth quite a bit here. Okay, we just need to make it between 60 and 20. Set all the power cables back up. I kind of forgot that, I was hoping there was like disabled biomes, like you just put it wherever. But of course, I don't even know if that's actually a feature with Industrial Foregoing. I've got no idea. So we're just going to quickly do this. Okay. And we are going to actually grab some pipe upgrades. And make sure we put those on the power cables here. All right. So now we're producing oil. Fantastic. Of course, not very, very quickly, but if we throw in efficiency and some processing, this should be a little bit quicker. Also, we don't have any upgrades in these things, but that'll be fine. So we've got oil production going. We have our spacesuit made up. I think what I want to do now is grab an ender tank. Here, let's quickly... Did I put this in one chunk? Oh, I did not. So what we'll do is we'll chunk load this one. And then if we chunk load one of these, it should be fine. But let's grab an ender tank real fast here. So 2 cauldrons. Let's go with wool. What color do we have? A whole bunch of them? Let's go orange. Okay. And output push. Perfect. So now we're getting oil. Of course, I'm going to come back and do a lot of the placing of the upgrades inside of these, like a temp pad or something. Teleport. Portable teleporter. Can we even look at that? I mean, we could. What is this actually? I don't even know what this is. Kind of curious, though. I've never looked at Mechanism's teleporter in any capacity. What is this actually? Oh, so you could actually set this to teleporters. Cool. Might have to look at that, because that looks like our only option of teleportation. Right? Because you've got the teleporter here. Let's see if we can quickly craft up another one of these real fast. Okay. And let's grab a teleporter. There's a teleporter frame. Do I need this, though? The frame used to construct teleporter multi-block, allowing a portal to be generated within the structure. A machine capable of teleporting players to various locations defined by teleporter. So can I just do this? Oil. So I should just be able to, like, fly away. Oh, cool. Okay. That's one way to do it. Alrighty. So real quick, let's look at a fuel refiner. Yeah, refinery. This thing right here. So this will actually allow for us to take this oil that we've just made. Let's get rid of the connection here as well. And what we can do is we can just hit this middle notch, and that'll start pumping oil to make fuel. And what we need the fuel for is we actually need 3 buckets to leave the planet. So let's grab a tank from Mechanism here. So I'm just going to quickly put this in here. So there's 1 bucket, there's 2 buckets, there's 3 buckets, and I think what we actually could do instead of doing this is actually get a pipe and just pipe out of the front here. Okay. That way we're not just throwing it in here repetitively. But this should produce. So I don't have all of the upgrades and stuff at the oil place, the oil laser fluid base thing. But this is getting it. So we've got fuel. We've almost got 16 buckets of fuel. We only need 3 to launch. But we do need a NASA workbench. So we're going to grab this, which we need a steel block. So just crafting table. Okay. So NASA workbench. I'm actually just going to place this outside on our porch because it is a little bit of an interesting block and I like to see all of it. But this is actually how we make rockets. And we're actually going to need quite a few things here. So the first thing we need is to look at Ad Astra. We want to look at tier 1 parts, which is a steel engine, a rocket nose cone. Let me see. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can see it's in here as well. So tier 1 is this one. So that's what we need to bookmark. So let's clear this out again. So we need a nose cone, 6 steel blocks, 4 rocket fins, 2 steel tanks, and a steel engine. So a lot of steel here. So engine frame. Do we need, how many do we need of these? Did I say? Just 1 steel engine itself. Okay. So steel engine, 2 steel tanks, 4 rocket fins, which we get 4 per, 6 steel blocks. Oop, I don't need 7, I need 6. A rocket nose cone, which requires a lightning rod. And that should give us a rocket. So just like this. And tier 1. Fantastic. So we are also getting stuff for quests, which is to the stars. That gives us an Ad Astra manual. This gives us another oxygen tank that is full. And now we need a launch pad, which actually was the next thing that I was going to go for. Let's actually grab 2 of these. And we can actually launch if we wanted to. And the reason we can't make a tier 2 spacesuit, by the way, is if you look here. Oh, actually, you could. If you got the mechanism suit, you would be able to. Ooh. That is going to be something we're going to want to grab quite quickly. Use energy or durability. Can breathe in Ad Astra dimensions. Use energy or durability. Requires oxygen can in inventory. That might be something pretty cool, but we're not going to really mess with that. Oh goodness, I forgot the animation. But let's grab this. Okay. And what we do is we plop this down. And also we have this oxygen can. Let me quickly... Let's go fill this up real fast. As well. Because this holds 1,000. And this actually has like a temperature range. I'm not sure. I've never messed with the Gazelle edition. But if we hop in here, I believe if we shift right click, this actually gives us an inventory. But we can put the fuel in here. One bucket at a time. Okay. And so now if we go grab our spacesuit, that would have been bad if I left without the spacesuit. We would die. Oh. Okay. Let's grab this. Let's take off our armor. We're just going to throw this in our backpack for right now. We won't have a lot of durability or anything, but that's okay. Let's quickly put this away, this away. We'll keep our teleporter. I actually might want to grab another teleporter, just so we can teleport to the moon. Might not be a bad option. I've never used Mechanism's teleporters. I think I've said this. So that's just interesting. I'm not going to lie. So we won't need to create a rocket every time we want to go. And let's put this in our inventory. Let's get rid of the crescent hammer. Let's grab a flux point as well, just so we don't forget. Alright, I think we are good to go. Everything should be ready. So let's launch in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of FTB Skies. I know this is definitely the worst place to end this episode, but it's okay. We'll come back next episode because I want to have a full episode focusing on space travel and not have to cut it halfway through. So thank you guys. Stay awesome. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.